Start recording for YouTube. Start streaming. And go live. We should. I think we're live, Evan.
Alrighty, welcome.
I don't see us yet. Yeah, there I do. I see us now. Share this to my page real quick and we'll get going. Show 167. Man, we're putting them in.
Yep.
It is Monday before the 4th of July. Our country's Independence Day from England, or we'd all be drinking tea, which I am right now. But it's iced tea.
I'm drinking tea.
Yeah.
Oh. I'm drinking apple cinnamon tea. With a little hot honey.
Yep. So, well, I hope you all had a great weekend. It was man, I don't know. It was a weird weekend for me, man. It was just, I was there.
Yeah.
So it's one of them that you kind of look back and what'd I do? I think I worked a little bit Saturday and then I don't know. It just kind of a blur. The weekend it never lasts long enough though.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Man, I could sure do that. Like, I would not mind doing, I'd even do like 4 9s and have a 3-day weekend.
4 10s is not too bad. I've done that at times. Do 4 10-hour days, take every Friday off, or I used to take every other, I'd do a 4-day weekend every other week. You're there for 8 hours, 2 hours, another 2 hours isn't bad. Working 12-hour days is horrible. At CAT, some of the people would do it 4 9s, and then they would work a regular 8-hour day on Friday, and then the next week they would work 4 9s, and then they would take that Friday off.
Oh, okay.
They call it the 9-8 schedule. Yeah. So you work an extra 4 hours a week, and then you take off every other Friday. It's pretty cool.
I'd be down.
I did
with
it
that
sometimes.
Too.
My boss you can do whatever you want. I'm like, okay, but it just sometimes you're there.
Yeah.
8 hours. Like I'm ready to go.
Yeah,
I'm ready to go.
I know it's so hard to stay over.
There's nothing worse having a job where you start to feel like you live there.
Yeah.
Like that is really your primary home, and then where you're going, where your bed is just a temporary thing. That's not a good feeling.
No.
You just start you live there.
See, my issue right now is I want to go farther in my industry than where I'm at now. So, I want to be there. I want to be doing the testing and all that shit. And
Good.
Yeah, I guess. I guess.
Well, if you want to be there, then it's not so much of a job. When you don't want to be somewhere, the hours really click. It just you just gosh, that clock is slow.
Yeah.
That feeling.
Yeah.
And I've been stuff where I was out running tests. I know what you mean. It's like, oh my gosh, it's lunchtime. And then turn around. Oh my gosh, we got to wrap this up because, it's time to go home. Yeah, that's a good feeling when the hours just fly.
Yeah. They do for me too. In fact, I wish there's sometimes you're like, oh shit, you're pretty busy and next thing you know, it's lunchtime. Then, you take your little break or whatever and then boom. I cannot do the hour lunch thing, though, dude. To me, it just totally it slows me down. If I had now when it was hot last week, yeah, I sat in my truck for a little bit with the AC on and stuff like that. So it, it's it was a little longer last week, but before it was like half hour, maybe.
Yeah.
Usually 20, 25 minutes. I was clocking back in.
I got you. I used to eat at my desk, and it was just, you get done with doing something, return to the desk, grab your leftover, bucket, go throw it in the microwave, come back, and I would kind of eat and kind of work and kind of bullshit, and half hour go away. I don't know. Just you kind of never really stop because when you stop, it's kind of hard to get picked back up.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, so sometimes you're right. Sitting for a half hour just doing nothing, it's like let's get back to work. Let's get this done and let's go.
Yeah, yeah. And I'll walk outside, sometimes because sometimes you got to walk away from these new cars,
Oh sure.
and because you'll do something exactly the way that like a computer update or something. You'll do something like that, and then you'll do it exactly the way it says it, and it won't take it. And then you do it a couple more times, and it finally takes it, and you're like, oh. You gotta walk away sometimes, man.
Yeah. I had that feeling the other day. When my hands are good, I've been playing with Devin's little Chevy Spark. It's got the CVT transmissions. Those things are nightmares. Anyway, you need to change the fluid frequently. It's got 60,000 miles in the so I was doing a transmission change and filter change. When I put this little filter housing in, it's got an O-ring on there. I cut this O-ring. So when I start the car up, I'm like trying to, set the fluid level because these cars you have to set them running. It's the quirkiest thing. These overflow tubes in them, they don't have dipsticks.
No,
So,
they sure don't.
you know, so anyway, set it with it running and it's peeing oil out the side. I'm like, what's this about? So I realized I cut this O-ring. Well, O'Reilly doesn't stock this O-ring. And I'm here 2 days away from an O-ring that I need just. So it'll be here Wednesday, so I can finish putting his car back together. I'm like, I hate new cars, but anyway, in the meantime, check engine lights going on. So I run the code, and it tells me coolant is under what it should be, not overheating. It's underheating. Tells me thermostat is failing open. That's the most common,
Yeah.
A thermostat my whole life has always been a $5-10 part. For the last 30 years, you drop them in. It's a little thing with spring-loaded, diaphragm thingy in there. This thing in his car is all integrated into the outlet, and it's a $70 piece. You have to buy the whole water neck and thermostat and everything. It's they took it from a $5 to $10 piece, and now it's a $70 part. I can't believe this. We talked about cars last week, and we're like, okay, we shouldn't talk about cars too much. We're gonna, annoy people. But holy cow, this is insane! What is happening in the industry?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
it's just nuts. Like, how can we make things so much more complicated and expensive and harder to service? To screw the little guy. I mean, so yeah, the aftermarket part is $70 from O'Reilly. It's nuts.
Dude, oh God, I can't say much.
I know.
Yeah, I'm just gonna skip that one. I think that's better off. But I'll tell you after the podcast, because don't get me started. Engineers, man, they're a different breed.
It's just a lot of the planned obsolescence and the unserviceability in the industry, and that's all there is to it. That's what they're leaning towards.
And now, I kind of see it from both ways. Because, look, you don't want anybody, and especially nowadays with some of the warranties that come out of the factory. Not even dealership warranties, just the factory warranties on like your engine and your transmission. You don't want any AutoZone worker, that does, yeah, I've done brakes, setting your timing or something like that. So, in a way, I kind of see it. I mean,
I
and this,
agree. They have a lot at stake, but the components themselves that are wear items or that can go bad, there should be basic serviceability to them. Regardless.
yeah, yeah,
It's they're just taking advantage of people and also just make. I understand the government pushes the EPA standard so much that they're looking the things they're doing with cooling systems and they're looking to get every miles per gallon out of the car.
yeah, yeah.
But it just takes things too far. There's got to be a little bit of a backup eventually. That we gotta just stop making these things just completely overly complicated and cheap. Sorry, I'll stop.
Yeah, because I'm gonna say something that's gonna get me in trouble.
I know, and I shouldn't say it either because I don't want to get you in trouble.
Oh man, I love working on cars. That's the only thing I gotta say.
I do too.
And engineers are the greatest people in the world. I love them. When's National Engineer Day?
I don't know.
It's every day for me, Evan. Anyway,
Is it?
Evan, we got a little strange news from around the world. Beekeeper unleashes a swarm of bees on police during traffic stop.
Oh, that's brilliant.
I don't know where this was, Evan. I'm gonna find out. It happened last week, June 20. No, just a couple days ago. Oh, in Spain. He was not. He wasn't paying, and he wasn't wearing a seatbelt.
I want to know how you direct bees at somebody. You got to
Well,
throw like a queen on them or something.
he wasn't wearing a seatbelt, and he refused a second breathalyzer test, and then he threatened to kill them, Evan, and then came the bees. I'm sorry.
The killer bees.
Yeah. The insects attacked immediately, stinging both cops and forcing them to seek shelter in a nearby restaurant. Wow, that dude's going to get into some trouble over this one, man.
Probably. Sounds like he was already in big trouble.
Police tracked him down shortly after, arrested him, took a statement. He was released on bail a few hours later. It says both officers were taken to urgent care center and treated with cortisone for their stings. No one else was injured.
Man, think if they were one of those cops that, I don't know what you call it, but they have to carry the EpiPen
Oh yeah, I could
where
have
they
killed
major
one of them.
allergic reactions. Oh, I know somebody that it almost can. Yeah, they rush them to the hospital. They ever get bit
Man,
or stung.
this one's something out of a horror movie. Man-eating screwworm turns hospital into a horror show, Evan.
Yeah, sounds like it.
In a chaotic emergency room where gang members are treated for machete wounds most days, a quiet patient with the flesh-eating worms inside her nose is causing quite a stir.
Ooh, in your nose?
Yeah, it's called the New World screwworm, a tiny parasite that has recently re-emerged in Central America and Mexico after being eradicated for years, they thought.
Wow.
Oh man.
A flesh-eating worm in your nose.
Oh. And where's that going to go? Up it's going to go up into your brain.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't good. Evan, lifeguard impaled by umbrella at New Jersey
Oh,
beach.
oh, that's like freak accident. What, like a windstorm come through and blow an umbrella?
They said the umbrella went through the woman's upper left shoulder and came out her back.
Wow. Yeah, I could see that being like a spear.
It does not say what had
See,
happened.
like crazy windstorm, like Lake Tahoe. Did you hear about that?
Uh-uh.
Oh, they've had like crazy windstorm. There was a boat that was flipped over and like 8 people killed.
Oh.
It was just yeah, it was blowing things everywhere, just tearing up marinas and
Uh, China's humanoid robots generate more football excitement than their human counterparts.
uh
Man, that would be. I mean, because robots, you could have them hit like the full force of a like demo derby car. Don't have to worry about guys getting concussions.
yeah, this is like battle bots, like taken to the the modern level.
Evan, I'm gonna say pronounce this exactly how it's spelled. It's coming out of Malaysia. The Fuck It Monks, Phuket. What is that, Evan?
I'll go with what you said.
Fuck It Monk guns down fellow clerk in temple bathroom over loud cell phone.
He's like, all right, I'm no longer gonna say fuck it.
Oh
We're going
man,
down.
man, these
These
were
monks, a loud cell phone, huh? Is what
the,
did it for him to no longer say fuck it.
yeah, a monk. They're supposed to be able to get slapped and everything like that, and you know, to a certain point,
Mm-hmm.
and then they like fight. I didn't think the monks, man, straight gangbanging monks over there in Malaysia.
Pushed to the edge.
So there's an opening at the Fuck It Monk. I wonder if that's the name of their place. And here we go, Evan. I told you we had a weed story for you. A rocket carry, carrying cannabis seeds, and I don't know why this, and 166 human remains in the space. Uh, it made it into space, but then never came back.
So it's just a satellite out there, this rocket full of weed seeds and human remains.
Several hundred cannabis seeds, and perhaps oddest of all, the ashes and the DNA of over 150 people,
So some alien life form is going to find this.
and grow some weed with some human DNA. Because they're going to think that's fertilizer. They ain't going to know that's ashes.
This must be the soil they want us to use.
Oh my God.
What are we thinking?
I don't know.
It's just a new level of
I
craziness.
don't know. Yeah, because we probably spent a lot of money on that.
Yeah.
There was
Yeah.
probably some government grants given on that. And we're going to check our buddy Dave at Bozo Criminal of the Day. This one comes from Texas, Evan. This bozo was involved in an accident with a semi-truck on the very busy I-45 downtown Houston. You ever been, Evan?
Yeah, actually, yes.
Okay. I have not. I spent long enough in Texas to eat nachos and drink a beer at the airport and then jumped on my other flight. So that's only time I've spent in Texas.
Yeah, I've driven through it. It's crazy.
Okay.
It's nuts. I don't want to be back anywhere near that again.
We're not sure of all the details, but after the accident, the 64-year-old woman apparently exited her car with a gun and a folding lawn chair. She then planted her chair right in the middle of the southbound lanes of the busy freeway, refusing to budge even as traffic whizzed by her. Police quickly shut down both northbound and southbound lanes of the freeway while negotiations started. After 5 hours, she folded up her chair and was taken into custody.
Wow.
I don't know. I think Grandma has some mental issues or something. 64 years old.
I can't imagine the traffic jam that caused.
Oh, man. You know, people were ready to run her ass over.
Like I said, I've been through that. We're talking like 8 lanes of traffic each direction. I can't think how many thousands of cars go through there an hour for them to shut down. These highways, you have feeder highways next to them where you can kind of get off and on, but you're still on the highway. It's like a side. It's nuts down those highways down there, man. Like I said, I don't want to ever get back in there.
Oh, there was a couple more news stories. I kind of threw Dave in there a little early, but the jury has deliberated, Evan, with the Australian woman who served deadly mushrooms with intent to kill her in-laws.
Ooh.
So it's already that was pretty quick because I think we just did that story like last week. And if that's already to the jury, oh.
Wow.
Woman in California complains her house has been burglarized so many times that even the bears are breaking in now.
She needs bars on her windows.
Prosecutors say a woman's home in a remote area of Northern California was so badly damaged by a series of burglaries that bears were able to get inside, causing additional destruction. Oh, man.
That's horrible.
Oh, man. They've caught them all, though. The district attorney's office said it has filed burglary charges over the past week against 11 people for the break-ins.
Not bad. I'm impressed. What about the bears?
They have not been arrested yet, Evan.
Oh, damn.
They are still on the run. Don't try to...
Still at large, huh?
Yeah.
They'll probably turn themselves in. I bet.
And don't try to tackle a bear and get his fingerprints.
Yeah.
Evan, we got a few lists, man. Some of these were kind of funny when I saw them. 15 phrases people say when they don't really like you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, number 1, we should totally hang out sometime.
I should totally listen to your podcast.
Yeah. I'm just really bad at texting.
You could communicate with who you want to. Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm kind of... I hate texting. I'm getting to the point where I really kind of despise texting. Just because you forget what people fucking sound like.
I just hate the long conversations. After a while, it's like, why are we doing this?
I know, dude.
And I did it yesterday with my neighbor for like an hour. I'm sitting there at my coffee table texting this guy back and forth. I'm like, why don't we both just walk up the street and get this conversation over with? This is dumb.
Oh, I've said this to people before. Let's catch up soon. You kind of run into somebody you kind of know, you want to be nice, say hi, but oh man,
Yeah.
we'll have to get together sometime, have lunch. Yeah, we'll catch up soon, man.
Yeah.
I don't know about this one. We've been told this, Evan. You're so funny.
Yeah. That's not. I don't know. I'm not buying into that one, but okay.
I've just been super busy. Yeah, when they start laying that one on you, they got other things going on.
Yeah. We make time for, who we want.
Yeah. Uh, what is this? 15 phrases people say when they don't actually like you. That's interesting. Yeah, if you're telling somebody a story and they're like, huh, interesting. It's really not to them and they want to leave real bad.
That's funny. Oh man.
I'm not just in the I'm just not in the right headspace right now.
Yeah, that's the same thing. Been busy, yeah, whatever.
You're always so confident. That don't make sense either. Some of these don't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, no.
That is kind of I mean, I guess it could be a jab. I'm just really focusing on myself right now.
These sound like more like relationship things more than
Yeah.
with somebody. You don't call them anymore. You don't. Yeah, these are more not friendship, more relationship. But
Some of them. Because you're such a unique person. I've never been
too
told that.
too unique.
Yeah. Uh, that one's dumb. I never know what you're going to say next. That's me all day.
That can bother some people.
It does. It
I
does.
like people who I don't know what's going to come out of their mouth. It makes shit interesting.
Well,
I,
and it's usually how they really feel.
true.
You're not sitting there worrying about a person like that. They'll tell you straight up.
Uh-huh. I like it.
I totally forgot to text you back.
Mm-hmm.
And last but not least, you're too good for me.
Yeah, I could see that one.
Oh, there is one more. I think you're great, but man, yeah, those are like horrible breakup things.
Yeah,
That's
big
usually
dismissals.
yeah. I've heard almost all those.
Dang, yeah. Now I know what she meant. Yeah. No.
Uh, there was another one I had pulled up. Oh, 17 things every kid could do before age 10 that adults cannot do now.
There's yeah, run computers and load PDF files and
Oh, the perfect split. That's true. I never could do the splits, but I guarantee you, all the girls that did splits in high school, 5% of them can't do a full split right now. They're in their 50s.
no.
Maybe one or
Yeah.
two, but that number is going to be low. Now that this is wrong, falling without fear. I love falling. I got videos of me jumping on houses, and I love that feeling.
Really?
I do. To me, oh man, and the higher
I've
the
watched
better.
I've watched enough videos of people getting hurt doing stupid things that I am scared to do anything anymore. Like I'm never getting on a four-wheeler, a motorcycle, a skateboard, a scooter, a Segway. I'm not. I'm afraid to ride my bike anymore.
Oh, damn, Evan. 17 things every kid could do before the age of 10 that adults cannot do now. Be the monkey bar master. I don't even think they have those anymore, do they?
Probably not, because the kid probably fell, and the parents sued the school, and you know how that goes. And now everything is just probably padded Nerf shit on a playground. I don't know.
I still have this. I don't care what anybody says. The instant friend maker. I can start a conversation with anybody. I don't know if they consider us friends when we're done, but I mean, I get along with everybody.
Yeah, you do.
The endless energy reserve. Yeah, I do miss that. Those kids, man, they can take like a 15-minute nap, pop up, and be like fucking Rambo.
Yeah.
Just
How do you go full throttle all the time? You know, I've seen kids that won't chill for hours.
Some of these are stupid. The sleep anywhere champion, false. I think that is me. I can
Mm-mm.
go to sleep anywhere and
Mm-mm.
have. Look,
Not me.
when I worked at a place called ADM Rail Car, I put the linings in the syrup cars. Well, you could only do 3 a day. You had to be there for 10 hours. It took you maybe 45 minutes to paint one of these cars. Takes you an hour to prep it. And then you got to bake the interior. Well, to start the furnace, it was upstairs. So in the winter, we put plywood up there and made like a floor. Well, I'd go up there with that loud ass thing. I'd kick back and sleep. And it could be colder than hell, and it stayed like 80 degrees right there next to that furnace. It was awesome.
No, no. For me to sleep, I have to be in my bed. I have to have the house temperature at absolutely perfect degree and a little bit of noise, but no noise. Yeah, it takes for it. It's a perfect environment for me to fall asleep. It
Not,
sucks.
yeah, not me. The human rubber band.
Kids will bounce off some shit,
Yeah,
won't they?
yeah.
It's like their tendons are just so loose that nothing. It's pretty rare kids break bones with all that they do to themselves.
The fearless climber. I'm still that dude. I still love climbing on shit.
I'm afraid of heights.
The imagination master. I do miss my imagination when I was a kid. I had a great imagination.
Oh, I still do.
Yeah, mine's turned a lot dirtier though.
It does. I'll admit that. Yes, that's true.
Now see, this is the food experimenter. I still do this, dude. I am not that guy that I have to have something cooked a certain way. I will try different shit. I will try stuff on stuff that shouldn't go together. And every once in a while, I find a gem. And a lot of times, got to eat something pretty fucking nasty. But,
Yeah, I've
but
been always been open minded.
yeah. And with spices, I'm the same way. There's not too much I won't eat or won't try. I've never been that person, oh, I don't like that, without having tried it.
Mm-hmm.
The quick healer, oh, man. Yeah, a little kid, man, they can crash out on the bike, be screaming like they're getting ready to just, it's done. Like they're taking their last cry on this earth. And then 5 seconds later, they pop up and they're running with a damn icicle or a popsicle in their hand.
Or well, flus like COVID. Kids would get sick and they'd be down a day and then bounce, and then they're just like, okay, they shook it off, had a little fever, and then they're good to go. And yeah, they do bounce quick.
These are 17 things every kid could do before age of 10 that adults can't do now. The Weather Warrior. See, rain don't bother me. Shit, I went fishing in the rain. That's when I caught that big old bass.
Kids
Shit,
don't care if they get all wet, do
nah,
they?
nah.
Or muddy.
Oh, Evan, you just said that. The Instant Recoverer.
Mm-hmm.
1 minute not feeling good, the next minute doing cartwheels.
It's something. It's not T cells or whatever, but it's something that their rate is like 4 times what adults. They just heal so much faster.
I
Wish
like
we could keep that and bottle that.
right. I like this one too. The Time Bender. Hours could feel like minutes when we were playing, or minutes could stretch into eternities when we were bored. We lived entirely in the moment with no concept of schedules or deadlines. Now our days fly by in a blur of appointments and obligations.
That's true.
That's so true, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, if you think about it, I mean, kids, they eat when they're hungry and they just play and they just get lost in what they're doing. And I feel like crashing. They crash, get back up, and go at it.
So,
Yeah, living in the moment.
yeah, I think that's a big, big thing you got to do.
It's joy of youth.
Yeah. Evan, you know it.
Not worried about bills and schedules and appointments.
So, I was looking at some gardening ideas because I think next year I got to get me a nice little garden going. Even if I got to pay somebody to come and till me a big plot, but I'd like get me a garden. And there's actually creatures you are not allowed to remove from your home or garden, Evan, besides
Cre-
bats.
yeah, those are protected, but
Well, these are 13 creatures you're not allowed to remove, Evan.
all right, I'm intrigued.
Woodpeckers. Well, that's fine, because I'm not growing no motherfucking trees in my garden. But
Um,
there is a woodpecker on one of the trees. I'll send you a picture. There's one like piece of dead wood. Man, he's got probably 40 holes in this. I ain't heard
yeah,
him in a while.
they tear up some houses. I guess our house is like gray sided, but underneath supposedly is all cedar siding and like the house across the street, and they have big problems with woodpeckers going to town on the siding, which is probably why they put the regular vinyl siding over it.
Now check this one out. Migratory birds. Under under the Migratory Bird Treaty Act of 1918, nearly all native bird species are protected. This means you cannot disturb their nests, eggs, or even their feathers. If a robin decides to build a nest on your porch light, you're essentially hosting a protected guest for the season. This act covers over 1,000 species of birds.
No kidding.
Yes. I
I had
couldn't,
no idea
I,
extended to birds.
no, I couldn't either. Non venomous
Yeah.
snakes.
Yeah, they're good for the environment. They really are.
Snakes are protected in certain regions due to habitat loss, and they play a vital role in controlling pests such as slugs and rodents, thereby contributing to a healthy garden ecosystem. Yeah, I wouldn't mind
Hmm.
having a snake or two in the garden. I'd
They're good
rather,
for getting mice.
yeah, I'd rather have a snake or something like that than a bunch of mice or, even and bunnies. Oh, rabbits are horrible. Frogs and toads. Yeah, I wouldn't have no problem with a frog or a toad in the old garden.
Yeah, you can't remove those. Those are protected. I
Yeah, and they'll help control your insect population in your garden. Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, throw a bucket of frogs out there.
yeah, frogs are cool.
Gopher tortoises. Man, I'd love if a gopher tortoise was in my garden. Just
Yeah, turtles are cool.
yeah, it's strictly illegal to harm or harass or remove a gopher tortoise.
Hmm.
That's only in the
Good to know.
southeastern United States, Evan.
Huh.
Southeastern? Huh. Probably like Florida or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because here's a sea turtle. Bald and golden eagles.
Yeah, we knew that one.
Yeah, you can't mess with them. Owls. I, I I'm not gonna be mad about an owl either, because they're gonna
No.
keep the small mice and
Mm,
rabbits and
mm-hmm. Yeah, they're cool. We got them around here.
so these are 13 things you are not allowed to remove from your home or garden. Hummingbirds. I don't know why you'd want to remove a hummingbird. Although I do know a man that killed one.
I didn't. It was an accident. He flew up my ceiling fan.
Oh, he did. Poor little guy. Protected lizard species. Well, duh.
Yeah.
But yeah, they eat a bunch of insects and shit. So I'm cool with having any of these in my garden. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I wish we had little lizards around here. It'd be neat.
Bats. Oh, man.
Yeah.
They are on the
Yeah.
list.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Our house had one time. I had a bat tube and all that jazz.
Certain butterfly species also, um, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, monarchs, yeah. I
While
could
you
see that.
while you might not be breaking the law by shooing one away, intentionally harming or destroying their habitat, especially on for federally protected species, could lead to issues for you, Evan.
Yeah, I think there's some plants that are only pollinated by butterflies.
Yeah.
So I
Oh,
think that's part of it.
squirrels.
Mm, yeah. Really? I didn't
Oh,
know there were kind of protection on them. They're everywhere. It's not like they're
okay.
any kind of endangered.
Listen, who did this article? Who did this? Samuel Joseph. I think we've had issues with Samuel Joseph before. But there's a disclaimer at the very end of this, Evan. It said this list is solely the author's opinion based on research and publicly available information. It is not intended to be professional advice. So he,
check your check your local laws.
yeah, because we probably just lied to you about all that shit.
Oh well. People
And
don't come to us for facts anyway.
no, but who in the fuck had a bald eagle in their garden? I've seen them in fields and shit. So,
I haven't seen one really up close in the yard, though.
where was that other one? Oh, 15 things many of us tried to hide from our parents at some point in our lives, Evan. Number one, crushed report cards. Yeah.
Man, I remember sometimes they would like halfway through the quarter they would send like update notices,
Yeah.
like I would be doing shit like half the term, and I would intercept those out of the mailbox, so my parents wouldn't like, oh, I got to get my grade up before report cards come out, and I hated school.
I never had one of these secret diary entries. I remember my sister getting busted for putting some shit in a diary.
Yeah, I never had one.
No, me
No.
neither. Uh, Forbidden snacks. Sneaking candy or chips before dinner was a thrill.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yes. 15 things we all tried to hide from our parents at some point. Broken house items. I don't
Oh
know.
yeah.
Oh, super glue was my best friend. I always eventually got caught, but it got me away a couple times.
Yeah. Yeah. You, who didn't break something when mom and dad are away?
Fake sick days.
Yeah, I did that stuff. I didn't have a report done or some project done or whatever, or some test I wasn't ready for, and
Oh, not feeling
yeah,
good, Mom. Oh, that stomach. Oh,
stomach ache.
what'd you put in that meatloaf? Blame your mom. Secret crushes. Yeah, dude, I had a secret crush, and then like one of my friends was being a douchebag, and he told her like right in
Oh,
front of me,
oh
and
no.
there was a group of people. Oh God, that was the most embarrassed I think I've ever been.
Mm.
Uh, Sneaky bedtime stories. I don't know what the fuck that means. Kids read books, play games, or snuck in an extra TV show after lights out. Yeah, I used to do that with my grandma. Because grandma would get to snoring, and I knew I could just pull her door. Just if you shut that door, she couldn't hear anything.
Uh,
But it was just getting that door to shut without it squeaking.
yeah, to be smooth.
Man, I was too. And then I WD'd that motherfucker one day. We already just said that. Hidden report cards. I hate when they do that.
Hmm.
Uh, Evan, me and you don't know about this. This one's for the ladies. Sneaked into your mom's makeup and experimented.
Yeah,
I don't
no,
know. Maybe you do that, Evan. I will not
Mhm.
judge you.
Not no, just
S-
once.
Stashed love notes. I don't think I've
No,
ever. Yeah, I never had to worry about that. Borrowed clothes? No. Evan, you just had sisters. So you never had to worry about your little brother borrowing your your Tupac
no,
shirt or anything like that.
no. I'd steal T-shirts from my dad, but that's it.
Uh, Secret phone calls. Yeah, I used to remember. I wasn't supposed to be on the phone. 8 o'clock was my last call, and it could last no longer than 9. So if I was talking to my girlfriend, and that's one thing we used to do that we don't do anymore, is talk on the phone like
Yeah,
for hours. And
yeah,
sometimes,
never.
yeah, and sometimes just be sitting there and not even talking, listening to each other breathe. Uh,
That's how we
Unapproved,
hung out. Yeah.
yeah, unapproved friend hangouts. Yeah, I had a couple people my grandma and mom did not approve of. That I still
Mm.
kind of snuck and hung out with. Now, this means you got dumb parents. Secret pets. Maybe for a day. But if you have this, you get a puppy and 5 years later they still don't, it's still a secret, you got dumb parents.
Yeah, what kind of animals are you sneaking in?
Evan, I think that's about all I got.
I didn't know my kid had a cat in their room.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah. I don't know, man. Some of these parents nowadays, man. 14 banned children's toys. Why was a Cabbage Patch Kid banned?
Cabbage Patch Kid banned?
Well, it shows it on this. It's got to be. I bet you that's clickbait to get you.
Probably.
Number one, clackers. Those were
The
dumb as shit.
clackers.
Yeah, they're glass or acrylic balls on a string that we'd swing up and down, and they made a clack sound. They were everywhere in the early 70s.
Well, they should be banned. It sounds annoying.
Yeah. Gilbert chemistry set. I had one.
Poison for kids? What?
Yeah. Jarts. Yeah, we've talked about those.
Yeah.
The creepy crawlies. Do you remember these?
Those things you throw at the wall like, and they
Well,
kind of.
no, this was the one that you made, though.
No.
It featured a open hot plate that heated up to 350 degrees, and you would pour your plastic goop into the metal molds and cook them until they were done.
Oh, I think we didn't have it, but I think I do remember that.
We did have
Yes.
that.
That sounds safe, yeah.
A mini hammock for kids. Yeah, they sure don't make hammocks for kids anymore. Slip and slide.
That's been banned?
The original slip and slide was recalled for teenagers and adults in 1993 due to the risk of neck injury and paralyzation.
Yeah, I haven't hit one of those in a long
Yeah,
time.
I don't think I will.
No.
Unless it's on a hill where I can just kind of lay on it. But I ain't running and jumping and landing on anything. I actually had this, the Battlestar Galactica Colonel Viper, but it launched a missile,
Whoa.
and they only did it was released 1 year. I used to love that show. The Easy Bake Oven. My sister had one. We used to pound those little easy bake cakes.
They don't make those or sell those anymore?
I think it's different.
Just because the heat factor?
A Whammo air blaster. This air cannon could shoot a blast of air up to 20 feet away. While the concept sounds harmless, kids quickly discovered that shooting it directly into somebody's ear could cause serious damage.
Yeah, I remember those.
I do too.
Yeah. Yeah, wow. 70s.
The Johnny Horizon Environmental Test Kit.
Environmental test kit?
Yeah, I haven't. The educational kit included materials to test for dangerous chemicals in water and soil, but ironically contained several hazardous substances itself, such as
No
mercury and
shit.
sodium chloride.
What could go wrong?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, snack time Cabbage Patch Kid. This doll had a mechanical jaw that would eat plastic food. Oh, no. But it couldn't
Really?
distinguish between the toy snacks and children's finger or hair. Released in the late 90s, it was quickly recalled after numerous incidents of the doll pulling kids' hair with no off switch. Ooh.
Yeah. Kill switch.
Yeah, you got to put a kill switch on that. Super elastic bubble plastic. This was the red tube, Evan. It was almost like blowing bubbles. But it was like an elastic ball.
Huh.
The mixture contained polyvinyl acetate and acetone, both highly toxic. Kids inhaled these fumes while creating colorful bubbles.
Yeah,
That's what's
yeah.
wrong with us, man.
Polyvinyl acetate. That's white glue. PVA. Huh. Funny. Yeah, and acetone. That's a good combo. Kids to breathe.
Wilson Kenner Bird of Paradise is the last one, Evan, and this is a bird that's got a fucking propeller on the front of it, and it goes across a room on a wire. What could go wrong?
I think I remember that.
The rapidly spinning propellers could catch hair or clothing, and the wire track sometimes broke mid flight, sending the bird flying unexpectedly at people. It was recalled after several reports of injuries.
No kidding. So, the three wheeler's not on this list.
No, I
That's one
cannot
thing I
believe
think
that.
about. Those things were so crazy dangerous that they were banned, and that was quite. It wasn't really a toy, but there was a lot of kids that had the little 110s,
Yeah,
and yeah, those things were a handful.
yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, I love seeing little kids on them things, man. But then another part of me is like, oh, why don't you wait a couple more years?
Hmm. Kids
So,
need exercise. I just don't know about all this. I mean, it's fun to ride all these little toys and everything, but on the other hand, you need to pedal your butt.
yeah, right. Oh, anyway, Evan, it is coming up on 9 o'clock. Um,
Yeah, we should wrap.
yeah, I tell you what, I do I want to shout out our buddy Jason's family and his kids and everything going through a lot right now. Jason, he was always in D Town.
Hmm.
When me and Evan would do a show, Jason would be right there. We went bowling, and Jason had been over at the house several times, and he lost a battle Saturday evening, and so
Mm.
thoughts and prayers to his family, especially his kids. I know what it's like to lose a parent, and that's rough. So
Mm.
my thoughts with him. And Jason, we love you, brother, and we'll see you again one day.
Yeah, memory eternal.
But Evan, go ahead and tell everybody goodbye. We'll go on
All
and get
right.
out of here.
All right, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Once again, stay cool out there, and we hope to see you next week. Man, once again, thanks for your support. I don't know what else to say every week. I sound like a robot, but
No, you don't. No,
anyway,
thank you guys. Also, man, thank you for last week, man. We got a lot of views on that show, and
yeah, we did.
we had, we had fun doing them, and I'm glad, somebody enjoyed watching it. So that's all that matters. Anyway, gang, hope you have a safe 4th of July. That's coming up on Friday, and we will catch you Monday for another fun-filled, exciting episode of the AlfromDtown&Chili442 Show. Until then, peace. We love you, and be good to one another.
Later.
I gotta find a damn thing to stop all this stuff, Evan.